Hello, hey girl, hey, come on in. We are doing a live podcast today, and this podcast episode has been so highly requested. The title is going to be pretty dramatic, saying, I'm broke, what business do I start? But what this is really about is even if you're adding a new income stream, and remember, self-made millionaires typically have between 3 to 4 on average income streams, multiples. So even if you're looking to add a new income stream, this is what business to start in 2024, both online and in person, okay? And it's going to be what business do I start for the least amount of overhead, the least amount of startup, the least amount of maintenance costs with the most possibilities in terms of profit, efficiency, and no cap. So that's really what this is about. But yes, if you're broke, what business do you start? Come on in, pay attention. Okay, now there are going to be 3 key words. If you are on live, you can comment these and I will send them straight to your inbox right now. If you are watching the YouTube or the listening to the podcast, you can grab these in the show notes below. But you can comment the word wealth for my free wealth identity workshop. Believe me, you're going to want this because in order for you to make this massive wealth that you want, you first have to be doing that in your mind. And you need to have a really healed money relationship, one of a wealthy woman, okay? The next word that you can comment is free. And I will send you my entire freebie vault. And let me tell you, it's good, good, good. And you have 2 resources at all times, time or money. So if you don't have money, you got the time, honey. If you don't have the time, then let's hope you have the money. Okay, so you can dive on into my entire freebie vault packed full of literally straight gold resources to help you grow your business, okay? And then the last one that you can comment is the word podcast. And if you comment the word podcast, I will send this podcast episode as soon as it's live and ready straight to your inbox, as well as my entire channel. And there is so much binge-worthy content to help you grow your business and to make massive income online. Okay, hi, my name is Randa Caraba and I have built 2 7-figure businesses. I am now on my way to building my 3rd 7-figure business. The first one I built and exited. The second one I actually am still. We're thriving here at PowerFit. We're getting ready to launch our app 2.0 in the next 5 to 7 days. We have paid back over $800,000 to our community in terms of fitness challenge winners, empowerment coaches, affiliates, all within our community. And then I have stepped into the online educational space about a year ago, okay? And this was to help my coaches become more electric with growing and making more money and impact with their own organic content strategy. And then there were more business owners that wanted to learn this from me. And so I have 2 different paid educational containers, Digital Profit Queens, as well as Wealth Creator College. But you're going to get so much goodness here. So grab your notebook or comment the word podcast so you get this full episode, because this is a noteworthy, like, save this, probably one of the most electrical free things I've ever put out. I'm actually going to break this down into 3-part series because there are 3 main parts. Once you're done watching this podcast, this YouTube, this live video, you are going to know what your business is going to be. You are going to know who you are going to serve and who your dream client is going to be. And you are going to know your exact brand voice and the message that you are going to put out to land your first 5 to 10 paying clients, okay? So come on in. This one is absolutely electric. We've gone over the what and we've gone over the who. So this is where this mini series is going to go into part 3. So welcome to part 3 of my mini series of I'm broke, I need to know what business to start. In part 1, we went over what type of businesses and what you're going to sell. In part 2, we went over who your dream client is and who you're going to serve and who you're going to do business with. Now, part 3, this is where we need to know your brand voice. And your brand voice is the message that you're putting out online, okay? So this is what you're continuously showing up to speak about to attract your dream client to whatever your said business is, okay? Now, you want to help solve problems, and the more problems that you can solve by taking pain points and turning them into solutions, the better. So we want more good stuff and take away the bad stuff. Big picture. Now, what's good stuff? You're telling them how much easier their life is going to be, how much time you're going to save them, how much money you're going to save them, how much faster they can get whatever thing that you have. You can describe how good it feels for them to live out their desire. Passive income. I always talk about sweet, slow mornings with my son. I don't have to rush out the door. We did Bible study and we made homemade breakfast tacos this morning, and I didn't take him to school until 10:30, to where when I grew up, my mom was out the door before 7 o'clock every morning and then played at 3 churches on the organ every Sunday. So I didn't get a lot of morning time with my mom. growing up like that, now that's very, very important to me for my son. So I talk about sweet, slow mornings and getting to enjoy my midday workouts, because that has come with passive income, and that has come with time freedom and online business automations and organic content strategy that allows me that, okay? And if you can guarantee an offer, even better. Like in Wealth Creator College, it's my highest paid offering. I guarantee your results if you follow and do everything that's laid out. And if someone came to me saying, I did all of these things and it's not working, you're either gonna get your money back or we're gonna go back to the drawing board and figure out where the loophole is that you're not getting these results. So the more you can guarantee something, even better, because then people feel more secure to spend their money, right? Now, we're also going to talk about the risks that you're going to help them avoid. And again, we're talking about online education here, and the support that we're going to help them feel. So it's like people that come into Digital Profit Queens. Not only are they now in a paid container with me, where they're getting, daily threads that are led by me, monthly classes that are led by me, but they're getting access to my other community of rockstar students. So even if they can't get a hold of me right away, there's like other students in there where it's like, okay, well, I tried this, or I've done this, or everyone is learning the same methodology and implementing it into their different businesses. So they have not only support from me, but support from each other, okay? So now we need to talk about taking away the bad stuff, okay? Oh, before I start to take away the bad stuff, you need to come up with your own method, your own unique strategy, your own unique way. And it doesn't have to be something that's not out there, but you're gonna put your own spin on it in a way that is your own. So for instance, I said that I'm the founder of the highest self-expansion system. And this has to do everything with my inner self-confidence, my wealth identity, my mindset shift work. And it just so happens that I decided to name it and call it the highest self-expansion system, okay? Same with my social strategy and the way that I teach in Digital Profit Queens and Wealth Creator College. I have gone in and put together my own methodology of organic content and how it works for my own strategy to teach to others. So what do you do, and how are you going to wrap all that up with your own methodology, your own unique way, your own unique strategy, if you will? So that's the good stuff we're adding to them. Now we want to take away the bad stuff. And this is all talking about our brand voice. And I'm laying all this out here so you can understand at the end. I'm going to help you wrap it all up, where it's like, why does it matter what the good stuff and bad stuff is? Don't worry, I'm going to get there. So the bad stuff would be, okay, then they can waste their time. It can be slower instead of fast. They can figure it out all on their own versus having support. They can not know what to do next versus it getting to be easy. They can be full of frustration and hardship. Cost of inaction. We hear ROI, return on investment, often, but I love COI, cost of inaction. Tell them, you can keep staying where you are by yourself without investing, without spending on my said product, service, solution, education, or business, but without me, here's what your cost of inaction is going to cost you. It's going to be frustratedness, wasting your time, not having support, not knowing where to go next, when I can wrap all this up for you in a pretty little package with a bow on top and say, I've already done it for you. Here you go. That's what online education is, okay? And so you can be saving them a waste of money. The bad stuff is a waste of money. The bad stuff is having to learn everything by yourself and feeling alone and putting it off to where you're not even freaking doing it. And we also need to talk about the risks that we are going to help them avoid. And again, like I was saying earlier, if you could do a guarantee with your offer, then that's helping them avoid a risk, right? So now, you know what you're going to do in your business, you know who you're going to serve, and you know the good stuff that your business is going to allow and the bad stuff that your business is going to take away. So now we're going to put all this stuff together in a way that we get specific enough versus the umbrella term of I help busy moms or I help you lose weight fast. And we're going to get down to singular terminology. Now you can climb up a flight of stairs or run up a flight of stairs while holding your 3-year-old and racing your 6-year-old, and you're not only going to win, but you're going to be fully in charge of your breath. You're going to feel energetic. That is a singular term versus you're in shape, right? So lose weight fast doesn't work anymore. Like I said, that one worked in 1980, but people don't trust that anymore. So now you need to explain your full methodology in a way that includes more of the good stuff that doesn't require the bad stuff. If you were to go to PowerFit Instagram right now, I would encourage you to do that and go through some of our newer reels. You will see, here's how you're going to lose the most amount of fat in the next 2 weeks without the things they don't want to give up, or without the things they would expect. Here's how you're going to build your body stronger than ever and rebuild your metabolism to burn more calories on its own at a resting state without giving up your favorite foods. So we're sharing the good stuff that they want, but it doesn't take the bad stuff that they don't want to do. Okay? So you can go in and see our exact methodology broken down on PowerFit Reels. That would be a great lesson for you to do. Now, if you use this powerful system that I'm talking about with the PowerFit Reels, and it doesn't require more training or giving up your favorite foods or working out every day or all these things that people would assume and don't want to, then we start to really get this message and brand voice that's going to help you land your first paying clients, because that's what people want, right? So you need to know your unique process and methodology and how it is different from other businesses like yours, okay? So for instance, like PowerFit, we are full body strength training. We are no more than 5 days of workouts a week. We are multiple rest days, high carb every day, food freedom. You're not cutting out any foods or food groups. You get literally everything in moderation. And we're teaching this through macro counting education to where eventually they can just be fueling themselves, eating intuitively, right? So that is our own unique process at PowerFit. So here's what you're gonna do. We're gonna get back to our little notebook, and this is wrapping up the exact message that is going to land you your clients. We know the what, we know the who, and now we're wrapping all this up in a message. Okay, so I help blank. And you know what goes in the blank? Who. Put in parentheses who. And in that blank, you're gonna put who your dream client is. I help blank, who, how, and we're gonna put, I help them get how. I help them get blank, which is the how, the good stuff. I'm gonna show you this broken down. The good stuff they want without blank, the bad stuff they expect. So let me show you this with my little chicken scratch handwriting. I help blank, this is who, get blank, the good stuff they want, without blank, the bad stuff that they would expect and not want, okay? So I help, I would say who my dream client is with PowerFit, someone who is done with food restriction, someone who is done with carb cycling, someone who is done with a low carb diet, someone who is done training every day. I help them get sustainable results without more training, carb cycling, less food, more food restrictions, giving up their favorite foods. Does that make sense? And you can go to the PowerFit Reels and just scroll through and you'll see so much of this methodology broken down. Okay? So think of when I was explaining like methodology earlier, here's another way. It's like losing weight comes down to calories in versus calories out, but like Weight Watchers has a point system. So that is their own unique methodology that makes them different from other businesses. PowerFit, we have macro counting combined with full body strength training along with community. So that's our own unique methodology, okay? And again, like I named all of my mindset and wealth expansion, identity work, the highest self-expansion system, okay? So before you even begin this business, you need to start posting right away. The what, the who, and your message of I help blank get blank, the desire they want, and they're getting more of the good stuff without blank, the bad stuff that they expect or wouldn't want to give up. Does that make sense? So, again, before you even launch this business, you're going to need to start posting to gain attention, curiosity, do your market research, and the most important is your brand voice and who you're talking to. So start showing up and talking about this even before you have the business ready to launch. That way you're building hype, you're building anticipation, you're building a wait list, you're building people even before you have this business ready to go. And this is exactly what I teach inside of Digital Profit Queens and Wealth Creator College. So we go over the different types of content that you need to have that are, for the awareness stage versus the consideration stage versus the decision-making stage versus the investment stage. Because if you're not utilizing all of them in your content strategy, you're not going to get people from awareness all the way down into investment. It's just not going to happen. But you can't only post about investment stage because then people aren't going to want to be sold to, right? And so all of this is what we do within Digital Profit Queens and Wealth Creator College. Now the difference in those two is Digital Profit Queens is a place where it is a community for social selling, social strategy, wealth mindset, biblical abundance, and it's a wonderful, wonderful space of women. Now Wealth Creator College takes it up a notch, and this is helping you build your self-sustaining business on autopilot online. So it takes it one step further to where this business can then run for you with, again, email sequences and self-sustaining funnels. So you're just having to drive traffic to the front, and then everything else is coming in terms of sequences, time countdowns, time sensitivity, pricing. There's a whole thing to that. And that one does come with a price guarantee to make sure that if you go through all the steps, you will recoup your money back and then some on your business.